The wish list. Item 5. Alfie sat in meeting room gift wrap and stared at the old man in red who had just dropped through the ceiling to offer him a mince pie. He didn't know what to say. No, that's not true. He had plenty of things to say. He just didn't know which thing to say first. Was this man a delivery driver for Stocking.Christmas, as his branded hoodie would suggest? How had a delivery driver who Alfie had never seen before been able to book a meeting room in the managerial offices? Was this the man who had found and returned the security fob Alfie had lost? Was this man, in fact, living in this Stocking.Christmas warehouse? All he said in the end was, "Those mince pies were for you."
"I know," said the old man, "but Christmas just seems right, sharing."
"So," said Alfie, "a better present than the camping shower then. I was right about home-cooked food."
"Well, no,"
said the man, who then looked startled at what he said.
"I mean, yes, better than the shower, but I can cook for myself. I home cook. No, it's the gift, the thought that counts. Cliché, but there's everything here, but not that."
"Gifts for everyone but you," said Alfie.
"Greetings card sentiment," said the man. "But yes, quite."
"But you can get everything here in this warehouse," said Alfie. "I mean, you live here. You survive here." The man seemed amused by the idea.
"I survive? Yes, I suppose. Yes, I do."
"Entirely inside the warehouse," said Alfie, still wondering at it. "You live inside the warehouse."
"Never leave it," said the man, "unless you count the roof as outside, which it is technically."
"And now we come to the gift I'd actually like," said Alfie. "Like I said, the mince pies are for you, but if you really wanted to share something with me, I'd like to share your roof. Take me up there." The man was frowning, making a show of thinking about it.
"Dangerous for you. For me, tricky business getting up there. People might see."
"I shan't beg," said Alfie. "I shall simply point out that when I asked for help finding my fob, you answered. And then you answered out loud, which you really didn't need to do. And when I brought you a present you didn't need, you didn't just ignore it. You explained to me why you didn't need it. And when I brought you a present you actually liked, you decided to share it with me. All of which tells me you really want to make contact with someone. You want to show someone how you live. You want to talk. You've already decided you want to share, and you've already decided that you want to share with me." Said the man again, looking a little discomforted by this insight.
"Dangerous, like I said."
Then, without moving, he said,
"Wait here."
Alfie sat quite still, watching him. He said, as if reaching a decision, and got up, pulling his chair under the hole in the ceiling. He climbed onto it, reached up, grabbed hold of something, and pulled himself up out of sight through the hole. There was a creaking and straining above, a slight pause, and then a further creak as his head reappeared, looking down at Alfie.
"Pass up the cooler,"
was all he said. Alfie picked up the polystyrene box, climbed up onto the chair, and handed it up to him. The man took it and put it away behind him. Alfie stood on the chair and looked at the man. The man looked at Alfie.
"Well,"
said the man,
"what are you waiting for?"
There was a strut running across the other side of the hole. It must have been how the man had hauled himself up. Alfie grabbed hold of it and pulled, but was evidently not as strong as the man because he could only pull himself halfway up. The man grunted in disgust and grabbed hold of the back of Alfie's trousers, hauling him up through the hole.
"Don't tread on the tiles," he said. "That way. blind spot in the CCTV. Hurry! Be careful on the joists. There's a ladder against the wall. Climb it.
The space above the meeting room was thick with ducts and wiring, all covered in a soft brown dust. Alfie could see the footprints in it from where the man had walked across, and he put his own feet into them, teetering along a joist like a balance beam. Behind him, the man replaced the ceiling tile and then, picking up the cooler, followed Alfie. He moved much more surely and swiftly, catching up to Alfie at the wall. Flat against the wall stood a ladder receding up into the darkness above.
Quick,
said the man.
Climb.
Alfie started up the ladder, which rattled under him.
Quiet,
said the man.
Quick.
Alfie couldn't quite think of a way he could be quiet climbing a rattly ladder, so he settled for quick, although evidently not quick enough for the man, who followed him up, muttering impatiently. They climbed up into shadow, beyond the height of the lights that hung from the roof above, up into the darkness. Then the ladder just stopped. Alfie just hung onto it, suspended in darkness, the roof of the meeting room now far too far below him. He decided not to look down at it.
Behind you,
said the man.
There's a beam, then a walkway. Dangerous.
Alfie could have sworn that it sounded like the man was smiling as he said that last word. Alfie tore his gaze away from the wall and looked over his shoulder. An arm's length behind him there was a horizontal beam, held up from somewhere above by a strut. Another arm's length beyond that was a suspended walkway. "I have to go across there?" said Alfie.
Grab the strut, said the man. Step across. It's safe.
"You just said it was dangerous."
It'll hold,
said the man.
2 steps.
2 steps, repeated Alfie. Just a couple of steps. Walking through a door, jumping onto a bus, stepping across a drop that would kill you. And without stopping to think too hard about it, he turned, grabbed the strut, and 1 step onto the joist. Steady now. 2nd step onto the walkway, and now you can breathe.
Make room,
said the man, and Alfie inched backwards as the man clambered up the last bit of the ladder and then swung easily across onto the walkway in front of him.
Follow me,
said the man, apparently unfazed, and set off along the walkway at a jog. Alfie nervously shuffled after him, trying to keep up, while trying not to think of the drop below them. He looked up instead. Just a few feet above them was the roof of the warehouse, bare plastic panels stretching away into the dim distance. And then there was a panel that was different to the others, and it had a short ladder leading up to it. The man climbed the ladder, unhitched the panel, and hinged it open.
Here you are, then,
he said, and pulled himself up to sit on the edge of the hole he had just opened. He shuffled round to make space as Alfie came out to join him. Outside. The air was damp and cold, but the sky was clear. A bone-white moon sheened the roof, stretching away from them a great shining field of silver.
Drones,
said the man.
During the day, solar panels. They sun themselves here.
Drones? Really? Said Alfie. It's incredible.
You ain't seen nothing yet,
said the man.